Ah, remember those evocative photos? Rows of vegetables stretching out, bathed in sunshine. Those victory gardens weren't just about food. They were about resilience, about community, about making the most of what you had. And don't we all need a bit of that wartime spirit now, even if our battles are with balconies and bijou backyards? But listen, small spaces don't mean small harvests. Not when we're clever. Not when we embrace companion planting, vertical gardens, and a dash of good old-fashioned ingenuity. Today, we're going to transform those concrete corners into thriving, edible havens. It's time to roll up our sleeves, get our hands dirty, and grow a little victory of our own. Now, May is the most divine month to begin. The soil is warming up, practically begging for seeds, and the days are stretching out like a cat in a sunbeam. It's the perfect time to tuck in those fast-growing vegetables, the ones that give you that almost instant gratification. Think about it. Tender lettuces, their leaves like emerald silk, ready for salads in a matter of weeks, and radishes, those peppery little jewels, adding a bit of zing to your plate. But we're not stopping there. Oh no, May is also ideal for planting your herbs. Imagine fragrant basil just begging to be torn and tossed with ripe tomatoes. Chives, their oniony perfume scenting the air, and dill, its feathery fronds destined for gravadlax or a creamy cucumber salad. Don't be shy. Pack those pots, crowd those containers. We're going for abundance here, a riot of green bursting forth from every corner. And remember, good soil is everything. It's the foundation, the very lifeblood of your little plot. Choose a rich, well-draining compost, something that will nourish your plants and make them sing. And speaking of singing, don't forget to talk to your plants. It might sound silly, but a little whisper of encouragement can work wonders. Now, before you rush off to the garden centre, let's talk about choosing the right plants for your small space, because it's all about strategy. Now, we wouldn't dream of inviting guests to a dinner party without considering their compatibility, would we? The same goes for our plants. It's all about companion planting, that ingenious art of pairing plants that bring out the best in each other. Take basil and tomatoes, for instance. A match made in culinary heaven, wouldn't you say? But they're not just delicious together, they're practically soulmates in the garden too. Basil, you see, repels those pesky whiteflies that plague tomato plants, while tomatoes provide a bit of shade for the basil during the hottest part of the day. Symbiotic, absolutely symbiotic. And then there's the matter of space. When you're gardening in a small space, it's all about maximizing every inch. That's where root depth comes into play. Carrots, with their long tap roots, love to burrow deep into the soil, while lettuce and spinach are perfectly content with spreading their roots near the surface. Plant them together, and you've created a two-tiered system, maximizing your space without cramping anyone's style. Light sharing is another trick up our sleeve. Tall, sun-loving plants like corn can provide dappled shade for more delicate, shade-tolerant vegetables like lettuces. It's like a botanical ballet, with each plant gracefully sharing the stage. But don't go thinking companion planting is just about practicality. It's about creating a beautiful, biodiverse ecosystem, a tapestry of colors, textures, and scents. So mix those marigolds with your tomatoes, their sunny blooms deterring pests and attracting beneficial insects. Tuck fragrant lavender amongst your vegetables, its calming perfume keeping aphids at bay. Remember, in a small space, every plant has to pull its weight, both in terms of flavor and functionality. Now, just because our gardens are diminutive doesn't mean our ambitions have to be. We're going up, embracing the vertical. Think of it as a bit of botanical architecture, a living, breathing sculpture. Railings, bless their hearts, are not just for leaning on, they're crying out for cascading strawberries, their ruby jewels tumbling over the edge. And those bare walls? They're simply begging for a trellis, adorned with climbing beans reaching for the sky. Shelves, those humble workhorses of the home, take on a whole new life in the garden. Imagine tiers of leafy greens, herbs basking in the sun, even trailing tomatoes spilling over the edges. It's a vertical feast for the eyes. And let's not forget fences, those blank canvases just waiting for our artistic touch. Train cucumbers up them, their emerald fruits dangling like ornaments. Let sweet peas weave their way through the gaps, their delicate blossoms perfuming the air. But vertical gardening isn't just about aesthetics. It's practical too. It saves space, of course, but it also improves air circulation, reducing the risk of those pesky fungal diseases that can plague our plants. And there's something utterly delightful about plucking a sun-warmed strawberry from a hanging basket, or snipping fresh herbs from a wall-mounted planter. It's like having a little bit of the countryside right outside your window, no matter how small your space. So embrace the vertical, let your imagination soar, and watch as your garden reaches new heights. Now, we all have our little quirks, don't we? Some of us like our coffee strong, others prefer a delicate Earl Grey. And plants, well, they're no different. Some crave the sun, basking in its golden rays, while others prefer a more sheltered spot, like a grand dame shielding herself from the midday glare. But when your garden is a petite patch of paradise, catering to everyone's whims can be a bit of a challenge. That's where a touch of mobility comes in. We're going to make our gardens dance. Think of it as a gentle waltz with the sun. Invest in a few sturdy crates on wheels, or if you're feeling particularly ambitious, construct a wheeled bed or two. Now, as the sun moves across the sky, so too can your garden. Morning sun in the east, wheel those leafy greens over to soak it up. Afternoon scorcher, glide those tender herbs into a shadier nook. It's all about following the light, ensuring each plant gets its moment in the sun. And don't think for a minute that this is just for those with sprawling gardens. Even the smallest balcony can become a stage for this botanical ballet. A simple wheeled plant stand can make all the difference, allowing you to chase the light with ease. It's all about a little bit of planning, a touch of foresight. Before you plant, observe your space throughout the day. Note where the sun falls at different times, and then choose your plants accordingly. And remember, this is gardening on your own terms. It's about adapting to your space, working with what you have, and creating a garden that brings you joy. Now, we all know the bittersweet feeling of a bountiful harvest coming to an end. But in our small space victory gardens, we don't have to say goodbye to fresh flavors so soon. Oh no, we're going to make our harvests last, stretching them out like a long, luxurious summer afternoon. Interplanting is our secret weapon. It's the art of tucking fast-growing crops in between slower-growing ones, maximizing both space and time. Imagine this: while your stately tomatoes are slowly ripening, a quick crop of lettuce is already gracing your salads. And as you harvest those lettuces, in go some radishes, their peppery bite adding zing to your meals. And let's not forget micro-rotation. This is a game changer for small spaces. Divide your garden into sections, and as soon as one crop is finished, replant with a different one. Think of it as a never-ending cycle of deliciousness, a botanical conveyor belt delivering fresh flavors straight to your table. Keep a close eye on your plants. As soon as you see those first signs of bolting or decline, it's time to pull them up and make way for the next generation. Don't let an inch of soil go to waste. And speaking of waste, let's talk about those kitchen scraps. Eggshells, coffee grounds, vegetable peelings, they might seem like rubbish, but they're actually black gold for your garden. Compost them and turn your kitchen waste into nutrient-rich food for your plants. So embrace the art of the extended harvest. Plant strategically, rotate crops, and nourish your soil. With a little bit of effort, you can enjoy fresh, homegrown flavors from your small space victory garden all season long. There you have it, a small space victory garden bursting with life, flavor, and a touch of wartime spirit. Remember, it's not about the size of your plot, but the size of your dreams. So this May, let's roll up our sleeves, get our hands dirty, and create something truly special. Let's plant seeds of hope, resilience, and community, one tiny sprout at a time. Because even in the smallest of spaces, we can grow something extraordinary.